And I do wish you all a good morning, afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever the chronologically appropriate greeting is in your part of the world. How are you doing? Why does OBS just freeze? Nope, we're alright. Hopefully things go a bit smoother today than they did yesterday. Skull Kid, how you doing? Only one in the chat room, well, at least only one chatting in the chat room so far. Although I did start a little bit earlier than usual. We're still like 15 minutes early, so those of you who come prepared at the correct time are still getting ready, having their breakfast and whatnot, perhaps. Or
hey, pat on the back for this guy.
Stream Game Dinner, 19 months. Thank you very much for that resub right there.
Holla, how are you today? So close to 2 years.
You are. Nearly up to that 20. Exciting stuff. Not doing too bad this morning. I don't know, I'm a bit out of sorts actually. Last 3 nights or so, I've had like anxiety dreams. Like just dreaming about stuff that makes me incredibly anxious. I've been waking up in a hell of a state. So kind of throwing me off. I had a really bad one this morning. Don't remember exactly what it was about. I think it was something to do with my phone. But I woke up feeling desperately anxious. It's probably just my body preparing for the anxiety levels of PAX. I mean, I love PAX, but it is a huge crowd. Like 3.5 days straight. Just dealing with large amounts of people in social situations does tend to stress me out a little bit. I love doing it, but yeah. I need to take little knee breaks throughout the day. Just wander off somewhere quiet. Just to learn for a second. So I don't know, maybe it's that. Maybe I'm anticipating that. Or maybe it's just my brain chemistry being fuckery again. Hope everyone else is doing well this morning. Or again, this afternoon, this evening, tomorrow, yesterday. Did my laundry yesterday afternoon, after the stream kind of exploded. That's exciting. Hate doing laundry, but, you know, probably should take fresh clothes to convention. That's it. No more conversation in chat. Right. I'll just sit here and talk about my laundry some more, will I? While we wait for people to show up. I feel like chat has been very, very lurky for the last few months. Very, very lurky. We're getting wibbly wobbly tummy mummy. What? Who the what now? You're confusing me again. What did you miss? I don't know. You're doing laundry right now. Hooray for laundry. I hate laundry. It's one of the most tedious of all household duties. I'll be fucked if I'm paying someone else to do it. I don't want other people handling my clothes. Also, I can't afford to have someone else do my laundry. Doing laundry is a bit of a pain in the ass because the apartment's so small. I don't have like a laundry of my own, so I've got one of those like camper van style washing machines, like the little ones. Like I've had it for ever since I moved into this apartment because the last apartment had a washing machine. This apartment didn't, so call it 6 years ish, I guess. When did I move in this apartment? I don't know. Costs like $180. I thought it would have broken down by now, but still going strong. But you do have to fill it and drain it manually and everything. And it sits in my bathtub when I use it, so the water has somewhere to drain. Gets the job done, though. I've been in training the past week. It's been rough on me. Training, as in physical training or job training? Either way, it's pretty draining. Not that I would know much about physical training. I'm just going off reputation. One of the most tedious dishes would be nice. Actually, I don't mind doing the dishes because dishes is much faster than laundry. It's just one step. Wash the dishes, let them drain and dry them is, well, 2 steps, I suppose. But laundry is a whole thing. You gotta load the machine and the fill it and the laundry liquid, and then drain it, then rinse, and then it's so boring. Like I said, the machine I use is not a machine that's plumbed in, so I have to fill that up manually with the shower head, and it's just tedious. And at least with dishes, it's just one job that gets done all at once. You can listen to music while you do it. I mean, you can listen to music while you do laundry, but again, because of the sequence of stages, it's just, I don't know. I don't agree is what I'm saying. Laundry is worse. I'm at a con, so I'm listening to you while I'm going around. Ooh, what con? Are you at New York Comic Con? Or is there another con going on? Seems a good cosplay coming to there. New Picard trailer. Saw that this morning. Very good trailer. Very enticing. What else happened overnight? We got the reveal of whatever Pokemon was going to show off in their 24-hour long stream. They showed off one new Pokemon. 24-hour stream of an empty forest to reveal one new Pokemon. What jackass came up with that idea? What mongrel in Game Freak was going, you know what we should do? 24-hour stream just to fuck with people. And we're going to show off one new Pokemon that entire time. And it's not even actually a new one. It's just a different form of an old one from Generation 1 even. It's a 20-year-old Pokemon we're going to show people and pretend it's new by giving it fluffy stuff instead of fiery stuff. That said, I am a little bit in love with Pinkie Pie Ponyta, which is what I've come to call it. Because it's a Ponyta, except instead of being on fire, it has cotton candy. It looks like Pinkie Pie. So it's Pinkie Pie Ponyta. And I'm going to have one on my team. And I'm going to call it Pinkie Pie Ponyta. Probably won't fit, I'll just call it Pinkie. Adam Savage stream from Comic Con? Ooh, I missed that. Did you do that on the Tested channel, or was that just like through his Facebook or something? So I'm subscribed to Tested, but I didn't see anything about that. Job training. I have to wake up at 5:45 every morning. Boo. Well, I've been up for like 2 hours by that time in the morning usually anyway, so... But I know, I realize other people have struggle in the morning. Yeah, there was the Bethesda thing as well, that stream. But nobody even took that seriously. Game Freak is giving too much love to Gen 1. I don't know about that. I feel like the new game on a new console, big shift. And kind of like what they did with Let's Go, which is kind of reintroducing Gen 1 stuff to new players, and a little bit of nostalgia for those of us who were there. They're trying to drag on the nostalgia thing for this new game as well to help bring in as many players as possible. I don't mind the love for Gen 1. I mean, if they didn't do that, people would just bitch about not being creative enough, and I don't like the Gen 4 Pokemon. Why are there so many Gen 4 Pokemon? The garbage bag, ice creams, keychains, candlesticks. They can't win. They literally can't win, no matter what they do. If they rehash old Pokemon, or they create brand new fucking Pokemon, or they give old Pokemon new evolutions, there'll be people just whining about how they ruined it and they're out of ideas. There's no way to win if you're Game Freak. When it comes to what Pokemon are going to be in what games and all that kind of crap. I think through his Facebook. Wow, that'd be why I missed it then. I don't use Facebook at all. I'm just reading back. Did Extreme Game tell me what con he was at? No. Happy choice off there. That was a very average instant coffee. Blah. Still, caffeine. Back on the instant coffee. Have been for a couple of weeks now. I'm trying to save as much money as possible for packs. Right, the plan. So the stream kind of stopped yesterday. I didn't stop the stream stopped. I had a weird, I still don't know what it was. I don't know whether it was OBS or whether it was Twitch or whether it was Windows. But I just couldn't start stream again. It was just like, click on the start stream button, and it was just like, no. There was no error message, it just wouldn't stream. But I've since rebooted every relevant machine and the router, and we seem to be working, so fingers crossed. I think I might have to give this machine, the stream machine, a bit of a refresh. I had a bit of a problem with Chrome the other day too that required a complete restart of the computer to fix. Chrome just kept giving me an old snap message, which usually happens when you're like out of memory or something, but I have gajillions of memory on this machine, so I don't know what it was. Some sort of memory leak or something making everything go wiggly. But yeah, I was halfway through when the stream petered out yesterday, talking about where I'm going to put our villager trading station so I don't have to chase these guys around the village all the time when I'm looking for trades for whatever reason. I mean, we're still going to have wild villagers up here, but we're going to have a few dedicated, useful ones in a little trading station for the purposes of making my trade life easy. So I was going to put a room underneath the village, basically, is with the plan. But then it occurred to me, we were also talking yesterday about putting something in the lake out here. And I fell off the thing. I was going to show you the lake. And I thought, 2 birds with 1 stone. What I can do is put a little doorway in the village so I can get in and out nice and easy. We'll do an underground tunnel, and we'll put the trading center in the lake. Not above the lake, but under the lake, and then we'll glass it over. So when we're in the trading center, when we look up, we'll see the glass roof and then all the water on top of it, which hopefully should look really awesome in this ray tracing shader. So that's the plan today. We're going to get that running. What did you do with the golems? Let me show you. We set up a little golem trap to try and keep their numbers thinned. So over here, there we go. We've got one sitting there waiting to die. So I trapped a zombie in the wall, basically, to bait the odd iron golem over here. So when they notice, they go, "Ooh, what's this over here?" And they're supposed to fall into the lava and die and collect. Oh, looks like we have had a couple since we last checked on yesterday's stream. So yeah, they tend to knock each other in when more than one of them comes in here, which is, that guy's just standing there at the moment. So yeah, that helps thin out the golem numbers. We've still got a few wandering around here and there, but yeah, it only catches them when they sort of wander close enough to spot the zombie. But it seems to be enough to keep them under control. At least so far. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is, I've already started to dig down here. What I'm going to go do is grab some fences so I can get in and out of my little dig tunnel there without worrying about villagers going down there unbidden and unwelcome. So that's job 1 this morning. So yeah, who's seen the Picard trailer? Are you excited about it? Because I am. I am 3 episodes away from completing my rewatch of Star Trek Next Gen. Well, the series. I still have to go through the movies. But do I not? There we go. I knew I had a gate here somewhere. And we have a date for Picard now as well. January 24th, I think it was. Mid to late January, anyway. So we've still got 4 months or so to go, but it's a fairly busy 4 months. It shouldn't feel like a long wait. Oot-the-wee, oot-the-wee, oot-the-wee. Should have bought more than 1 fence. It's going to be slightly awkward, but that's fine. Alright, I can leave those open for now, because the villagers aren't going to... Well, unless they drop off the... Okay, now taking bets. How long is it going to take before... Never mind. I was going to say before one of these guys decides to just drop off the roof and straight into my dig tunnel. And it nearly happened as I was saying it. As I was forming the sentence. I know. I'm not even going to wait for that to happen. I'm going to use these as a little... A little preventative measure here. Not even going to wait for it to happen. There we go. That should keep us safe, right? How could they possibly find their way in now? I guess if they dropped off the edge, so we'll do this as well. Actually, I kind of don't mind that as a start of an entranceway. We're going to have to do some sort of proper entrance at some point, but I kind of like that little trapdoor overhang thing going on we got there. In fact, it's going to be here for a little while. Why not make it look nice? Almost looks like I planned it. Well, let's go take a nap and we'll get to digging. I think at some point I'm going to grab a leash and pull these guys back out of the pond as well. Might leave one. 3 is too many. Yeah, speaking back at cons and things again, I haven't watched it yet, but I saw on the tested YouTube channel Adam's reveal of his cosplay. No face, which is kind of fun. Not quite as cool as his Totoro cosplay, but still. Okay, so we have to think about how far we're going to go. Firstly, I need to go at least 7 blocks down, so any villages we put here no longer count for the village. I think that's how it works. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I've done it. I've accidentally done exactly the right amount. I'll go down one or 2 more just to be sure. And then we have to figure out how far out we have to dig to get us in the right spot in the lake. But that's not hard. These are the... I don't know what I'm going to do about this tunnel. We're going to make it look nice and put some lights in the walls and stuff, but we'll worry about that when we need to. I think we'll come down 1 more. Because not only do we have to get below where the village is, we have to make sure we're low enough below sea level. Oh, wait, we're well deep. We're at 56. Should give us enough breathing room between the bottom of the lake, which I think its deepest part is like 3 below. The deepest part of the lake is 3 below sea level, so this should be heaps. So let's go measure how far we need to dig. You decided to make a Lego and Brigitte. Oh. Just watched your Blue Yeti X-Vid. Thing sounds amazing. You're listening to it right now. Let me bring it in frame for you. Hey. So yeah, true to my word, in that review video, I have switched over to using it as my stream mic, and I've used it for any voiceovers I've done recently in videos and things like that, so I'm really liking it. It is the best mic they've ever made. Well, I say that, but I haven't ever tried any of their studio quality stuff. You know, they're high-end stuff that costs like $500 and $600. So yeah, I feel like if we just put it under the middle of the lake here, where are we? We're at, was this 263, 264? Okay, so let's make the room sort of sit there. I'll make the tunnel sort of pull out about here. So the top edge of the room that they're going to be in starts about here. Might even make it a circle room, actually. Put a dome over the top. I was going to glass it off under the lake, but what if we dome out over the lake? We'll try the under first. We could always make a dome later, I guess. So we need to come out to... Oh, we'll call it 250. That's a nice round number. So we need to come out to 250. That's easy. How goes the village? I haven't punched any villages yet. Almost already wanted to. Like, even before I started. Just as we were on the coming soon screen, there was a villager right next to me where I set up, sitting and waiting for the stream to start. He was just standing next to me, opening and closing the door over and over again. Got really quite annoying. Okay, so where are we here? We're at 214, so we need to go about 40 blocks that way. Can't be easier. Just do a bit of this so I can get blink. Do you think Logitech software only works on the Yeti X? What if it detects snowball? I believe the software is compatible or will be compatible with other Blue mics through firmware upgrades, perhaps. I think I read that. I don't know. I'll have to double check. But for now, it is specific to this mic. I believe it also works with one or two of their top-end headset models as well. In fact, it was there first that the software I showed off in the review of this mic was actually introduced first on one of Logitech's headsets. It's one of the reasons they bought Blue in the first place, so they could plug in that software immediately, because it was something that was pre-existing. Blue had already developed, but Logitech decided they wanted it because it worked incredibly well, and Logitech really want to be the go-to brand for streamers and YouTubers and such, because it's a big market and it has been doing nothing but grow for a decade, so kind of a no-brainer when you're a Logitech. Especially as you were traditionally the go-to brand for webcams. Not so much anymore now that we've got access to things like the Elgato Cam Link, so I can use a real camera to get a lovely looking shot. But before I had that, I was in fact using a Logitech C920, and I've also got a C922 here, which I bought because I thought, well, that's got to be slightly better. It's not. It's slightly worse, actually. Don't know what they did to that thing, but yeah, it was just a slightly worse image for some reason. Maybe the C922 was just so they could make it cheaper rather than better. I don't know. Doesn't sound like a very Logitech thing to do, but you never know. Either way, irrelevant. Alright, 5 more blocks. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you won't see that software working on the snowball. I'm not even sure whether the snowball can be updated by firmware in that matter. Well, I found the lake. I really like the snowball much anyway. Don't know why it was so popular. Probably because it was cheap. But it was never a real particularly good mic. Super excited, just thoughts of pizza. Ooh, pizza. Alright, this is gonna be a thing, is it? Out of the way. Can you just not? Well, we are where we need to be, at least. Alright, leave that alone for now. Had an OG snowball back in 2013. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the snowball I've got is from like the OG line. But the noise floor on that thing was never really very satisfactory to me. I already had a much better studio quality USB mic from Samsung, not Samsung, Samsung, who are a microphone brand that most streamers probably don't know about because they actually do actual studio microphones. So recording artists and musicians might know them, but not so much streamers. Right, so let's just do this. And I think what we might do is step down slightly so we avoid digging through the roof so much, because I think I want the ceiling to be a bit higher than this. So where are we again? We'll start at that 150, which I am right there. Okay, so we'll go ahead and... Yeah, where's those stairs? We'll just whack these in temporarily so I can get up and down a bit easy. That's not even close to what I want to do, game. No, neither is that. Thank you. Coolsies. So we come along the tunnel, we step down into the trade area, so that'll make it look a bit more impressive. I guess I don't have to worry too much about the ceiling because I've got a bit of glass there, but yeah, I think I still want a higher ceiling, even if it is glass. How does that feel? That feels pretty good. Alright, let's start by just making it a square room, I guess. I'll figure out if I need it to be round later on. And we'll go out... How far on the other side? I figure I put all the villagers in sort of a unit in the middle of the room, instead of all around the sides like I usually do, so we'll make it at least 6 wide through the center, I guess. So yeah, we'll come out, I don't know, let's call it 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on either side should give us a pretty good starting point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that gives us 9 wide total. Do I want it odds wide? I guess I do, because each villager is going to need kind of a 2x3 space. So we'll have like a villager pod there, workstation there, bed there. No, 2x2 we can do it in. But then a gap between them, so 2x3 for each villager basically. We can put that right down the center in line with the entrance here and it should look alright. Right? Right. I'll just keep talking to myself. I guess we just go as far back as we need to. We'll dig it out until it feels about right. Yeah, regarding mics, when I first started streaming, I used the original... Damn it. I used the original Blue Yeti, I think. And I rapidly switched to the Sennheiser being 0. So I discovered that I preferred a headset mic for the convenience of being on mic. Eventually... Damn it. Eventually I got tired of dealing with the cable and everything. So I switched to wireless headset, which means I had to switch microphones, which means I had to switch to the Sennheiser hand mic digital, which I used up until I got the Yeti Blue X. Damn it, can't be quick enough. There we go, now at that time. Damn it. Please, thank you. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's going to be a whole thing, isn't it? hear about the new bug? Sometimes villagers will set their point of interest to a workstation they can't reach and not refresh the trades until they randomly reset the point of interest. Did not hear about that. What version that's supposed to be in? Because I'm running up to find 14.3. What is it? Yeah, 14.4 F3 up to find. So because I'm using the ray tracing shader, I haven't been patching up every time there's a patch. For fuck's sake, would you just stop it? Alright, let's replace all of this sand. So I can stop dealing with that. Christ, there's so much of it. Why is it nighttime? I can't see anything. In the current build? Alright. That's sort of not helpful. What is the number of the current build? Because like I said, I haven't been updating, so... Talking about the latest snapshot, or... What do you mean by current build when you say current build? Oh, fuck. I've lost my place. What part was I filling in? Was it this part? Must have been this part. What the? God damn it. Gravel 2. How the fuck your torch is still lit underwater? Oh yeah. It's a Zippo brand torch. It'll work anywhere. Found my Zippo the other day. Thought I'd lost it years ago. Found it in the kitchen drawer when I went looking for... Don't even remember what I was looking for at the time. Found it though. Gotta get some new flints and some Zippo fluid and see if it still works. It's got an Autobot logo on it. Another thing. I don't think it's an official brand, Zippo branded Zippo, but I still liked it. It's 14.4, but I'm not sure. Well, that's... What was that knocking sound? You guys hearing that? It's freaking me out. Like I'm in a horror movie. Come on then. I wish the game was smart enough to, when you run out of material, it will just pull that same material right out of your inventory. That would be the one thing it would add to Minecraft if it had the power. Just the one little thing. If you putting down a bunch of material, and you've got more of that material in your inventory, when you run out in your hotbar, just automatically restock it. What harm could that possibly do to anyone? How could that possibly backfire? Except for those people who do math based on how quickly they go out of a stack or something. Well, that's 64. Even that, just make a noise when you do it, so you notice. Alright, can I please just get on with the job of digging? It's gonna fall. I guess if we're doing the room this wide, we could do 2 lines of pods. Wait for the food to get here. I'm starving. Haven't eaten. Can we not talk about food so early? I've only had a bowl of porridge this morning. I'm gonna get hungry real quick. Tell you what, I feel real irritable today. I just feel kind of tense and annoyed by everything. Got a new video game today, Ghostbusters. Oh yeah, been meaning to look into that. I'm hearing decent things about it. Never played it originally. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh wait, I don't even have to dig out that far, do I? Come on. Train away. Thank you. Man, that sound is annoying. Decided to splurge on Link's Awakening. Played it in like 3 days. Yeah, I heard it's not a particularly... I mean, it was originally a Game Boy game, so... It was never designed to be an epic. There are very few Game Boy games that are more than a few hours long. Because, quite frankly, that's all the batteries would last. Plus, squinting at a tiny screen like that for too many hours on end was not particularly delightful. But yeah, that's one of a few different reasons why I didn't scratch out enough budget for it. I mean, one of them was PAX, obviously, but the, you know, dollar per hour math, which I don't particularly subscribe to for most video games, but it helped justify the delay in purchase. I still will pick it up eventually, but it's not a hot priority. Still don't know what I'm going to stream at PAX though. Really do need to make that decision sometime real soon. Also, we need to remember to do a little bit of this so we don't get ourselves in all kinds of trouble. I've just realized something. When I dig out that ceiling, this entire area is going to just get flooded. We should probably do that before I actually build anything down here. Let's figure out how big we want it first. I think the most annoying thing about dealing with sand and gravel in the underground is just having to switch tools. If you could just mine it out with your pickaxe, you wouldn't even have to pay attention to it. It would just get out of your way. Actually open up the window behind me there. Get some fresh air in. Because I'm feeling more and more irritable right now. Gotta be honest with you guys. Give me a sec. Hopefully that'll calm me down a bit. Oh yeah, it feels slightly better already. Cool breeze wafting through. Maybe that was it. Maybe it's just a bit stuffy in here. Off. I don't know. What should we talk about? Put a bit silent there for a second. What should we have a chat about? I don't know. Haven't done anything interesting since yesterday. I did the laundry, watched a bit of Star Trek, and that was it. Hey Star, what am I doing? I'm opening up a little area underneath the lake, which we're going to turn into a villager trading area, so I don't have to chase around villages and try and figure out which villager I'm trying to trade with at any given time. Because that was the original plan. I was going to leave all the villagers free range in the village and not entrap any of them in a enforced labor camp. But I've officially gotten sick of chasing them around, trying to find the villager I was trading with or trying to unlock and everything. That got old quick. So now we're making a somewhat traditional trading area for them. I'll just entrap a few useful ones. Hopefully finally find a librarian who has mending books. Alright. feel like we need to go a bit deeper in this still. Building an iron smelter at the same time. I don't know what this situation with our golems is going to be like down here. I'll have to figure that out. But possibly. Maybe another little supplementary source of iron down here. Yeah, I've just had zero luck with unlocking a librarian with Windows. I've unlocked fucking 7 or 8 librarians. None of them have had mending. The only mending I've ever gotten was direct from enchant, or I think I fished one up as well. So, it's starting to get a little bit annoying. Can we also hello to the audio ruining Garbo truck? Pressing exclamation point Garbo in the chat. Somehow they always know when to ruin my audio. Tried drawing a Garbo truck emoticon the other day. Did not come out well. Scrapped it in frustration. Bollocks. Why is it always night time when I come up here? Not really sure how far out I need to come to just cover this up. The smart thing to do would probably just replace this all with glass immediately. That's the plan anyway. Oh, I should probably not go any deeper than this though. Maybe the other end of the lake. Alright, let's maybe drill up from the corners of the room. Let's see what our dimensions are looking like from above and then fill out with glass before we do anything else. If you can mass produce the potens and golden apples or potions, there's a trick to lowering the price of trades. If you cure a zombie villager, they are thankful enough to lower the prices. Huh. I mean, they always also lower their prices the more you trade with them, so I think that would be the easy way to do it. The bats already. Alright, so we'll come out to... Where was I mending? Just there? Yeah, we'll come out to the rest of the way. That should be enough room for a couple of columns of trading sections or something. Don't need that many villages. A single player world, you don't sort of need to mass trade so much. You know. A couple of farmers down here for our pumpkin trades for emeralds and things like that. A few librarians. Maybe a butcher or two so we can get rid of any spare meat. And leather and such. And, I nearly said paladin. What are the guys with the purple robes? Them. Get rid of my zombie meat. What am I trying to think of? It's not paladin. My brain won't think of anything else but paladin. Come on, brain. Be better. Cleric. Thank you. Where's that drought? There he is. Stop gurgling at me. Just trying to do a thing. Alright, so let's just go like that to mark that corner. So we're not dealing with that water. Stonecutters top end trade is quartz. Really? I didn't know that. Oh, definitely have to get a stonecutter down here because, well, it'd be nice to have a renewable way to get quartz and then having to go to the bloody nether all the time. Not that I'm using that much quartz in these builds. In fact, I've used no quartz, except for the redstone stuff I needed. Not too bad. What do you reckon? 2 stacks of glass? Ish. We should probably sleep as well if we can. If we can make it back to the bed in time. Otherwise we're going to get insomnia. We'll have to deal with those bastards. First, we do need to dig up, don't we? Definitely keep the sand. Should have room for, yep, room for that. What else we got? Zombie flesh. We can put the wood away. There. Nope. We'll keep the stairs just in case. Pretty sure we didn't have any room for that, so we'll just keep those for filling in gaps and whatnot. We can throw that away. Don't need that. Definitely don't need that. Coal can go in there, and I've magically picked up the thing again. Stop picking shit up. Right, yeah. I still believe there should be a grace period. When you throw something down, you shouldn't pick it up immediately again. Obviously, if you threw it away, you wanted to get rid of it. Just give me a 5 count so I don't pick it up immediately. Actually, just before I put this down, do you reckon clear glass is the way to go? Maybe blue would be the better way to go to sort of emphasize the underwateriness of it. I mean, we already get kind of blue haze anyway. Let's have a look, see what we got. Jesus, fucking Syrupy boy. Come get some. There we go, we got light blue. We can use that. Although I do feel like the dark blue would be the way to go, so let's not do that. Can we still make dye out of this? Here we go. Why does that look different? Oh, it's just the background, I guess. Zoop. I wonder where that Zerpy boy went. I gave him a whack. He should have been coming after me. Perhaps a stained glass blunt derp like the Dragon Quest Builders 2 thing. Not for this, but maybe remind me of that another time, because that could be a fun thing to do. Alright, I think we'll... What are we dealing with? Yeah, we'll make it 2 below sea level, I guess. That's interesting. Kind of goes very, very pale when you're above it. Just flood everything down there. That's fine. Damn it. Was another plan for a BluntNate in the library? Yeah, the window is too small, I think. Need that more glass? Yep, that's fine though. We have plenty of lapis. Plenty of glass. I just didn't want to make too much and then decided I didn't want to use the color, so I'm just going to do a few rows and go downstairs and look up through it and see if it gives us the effect I'm hoping for. By 17. Really? I wasn't even counting out the length. That worked out kind of well. Evens on one angle, odds on the other. That should make our choices nice and cozy. Any particular reason? I don't need any reason to be angry at villagers. Their existence in general is enough to send a man to drink. Never met a Minecraft who enjoys having to deal with villagers. Except for entrapping them for trade purposes. Alright, let's go down and have a look at how we're doing here. Oh, awesome! It's working! It's working! Is it going to look as cool when the water goes away? Oh, it sure is. That is exactly what I was hoping for. Get the water caustics reflecting on the floor. So obviously we need to make the floor a nice contrasty color for that. And looking up through it doesn't really give us the same effect though, does it? Which is a shame. It does a little bit on the edges though, so we definitely have to make sure we can put a nice border on this glass roof so we can see that effect. Maybe even bring the corners of the room in. Do a little cornice kind of thing so we get this happening. And double down on this a little bit. But yeah, that's just what I was hoping for. We should need 4 1/4 stacks of glass by my calculation. Well, good. I've already got 4. Well, I did when I started anyway. So that means we don't need much more glass. I think the easiest way to do this is just to swim out. If I just do this, right? We could maybe even poke a hole in the roof and have kind of a shaft of water coming down into the room in the middle or something. Kind of a reverse fountain. That'd be kind of cool. Or maybe do that in the corners or down the walls and backlight them with some glowstone or something. Getting some ideas. Don't stand under it, you may be shafted. Actually, could make an interesting way in and out as well. Could swim in and out from the lake. And then again, the village is easier access than having to come out to the lake to do it, but still. Oh, there's a thought. If we do that, it might provide a way in for drowned to come after the villagers, so maybe that's not the best idea. I guess we could protect it by waterlogging a little fence post at the top. That way water could still come through, but it would stop any mobs coming down. Actually, we could probably do the same thing with a pane of glass. So it's relatively invisible as well. What about encasing water source box and glass? That's another option. Let's not do this. It's just going to get too unruly if I try and do it that way. Actually, yes, I did, because it goes, that's the corner pass, isn't it? Derp. Also, I should have used Silk Touch to pick that back up instead of wasting it. I keep saying what I'm typing before I finish. You know what they say? Great minds never differ. Wait, no. Great minds think alike. Fools never differ is what I was reaching for there. Stop. That should be... Oops, get in there, though. Let's go take a nap. I'm sick of working in the dark. Wait, where's the moon? Yeah, we've still got plenty of night left. Man, I wish I knew why I was feeling all out of sorts today. I'm just... don't know. I just don't know. Got a funny feeling. It's one of those moods where I'm almost certain at some point today I'm just going to get fed up and go, nope, okay, I'm done. I'm going to try and resist that urge. Especially seeing as yesterday's stream was inadvertently cut short by whatever technical woofery that was. Oh, yeah. I got ahead and washed away all the torches, and now we have a mob farm. Hooray! Okay. Shut it right then. Don't know why I switched tools. Didn't mean to. Just did. Just happened. Cursed. That's right, I need to breathe. Get down there anyway. Just a skelly and a spider. Couple of skellies. No creepers though? I met a creeper there. Hard to see. What is that knocking noise I keep hearing underwater? It's so weird. Nice, please. Thank you. God. Oh, I'm out of glass? Okay. Another half stack. We'll make a full stack just because, but who knows where else we're going to put it down there. You right there, fella? You can go going. He looks so confused, doesn't he? What's up? Need help? Yeah. Yep. 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 Come on. Come on. There you go. Alright. One stack of glass. One stack of day. Stack of glass. It's just that easy. Alright, now you're stuck there, are you? Okay, fine. I'll help you out some other time. Yeah, I haven't figured... No, I didn't figure out what happened yesterday. All I know is I could not restart the stream. I reset the router, the PC, OBS. Thought I was going to have to reinstall OBS. And then it just started working this morning when I tried. Might have just been a server ingest thing. I didn't see any widespread reports about specific outages or something, so might have just been some quirk of the ingest server. Daylight savings. Maybe it was that. Maybe someone changing over the clock screwed something up. Alright, that's the entire surface, right? Corner to corner. Filsies. Let's get rid of the markers. Should be something. Yeah, there's a couple of skellies down there. I'm going to go deal with those guys next. Carve out the rest of that ceiling. Now that I can do so and stay dry. Actually, let me do this. I'm going to try and put down a little hidey spot so I can avoid taking too much damage. Work. Don't want any unnecessary dents in my armor. Christ. Oh, for fuck's sake. Die. Oh shit. That was lucky. Where'd the spider go? Must have despawned. Also, there was another skelly down here with armor on, but guess we don't have to worry about him no more. Alright. Back to business. And every time Daylight Saving rolls around, I realize that I just don't have to do anything about it. When I was a kid, it was always a big deal thing. Remember to put your clocks back, or forward, or whatever it was. Remember? Gotta put your clocks back. Literally every piece of equipment I own that has a clock on it just updates its clock automatically from the internet anyway. These days. Literally don't have to do a damn thing. What's this about? Like, it's probably been at least 15 years since I've had to manually set a clock for daylight saving time. Actually, no, with the exception of my cameras. Although I usually don't adjust them. So I really don't need to know the exact time a shot was taken. Just a relative time is sometimes useful compared to one another. So when I'm doing like shooting a 3-day event like PAX Australia, for instance, it is useful to know, to be able to sort by time. If I'm looking for something I know I did in the afternoon versus I know I did in the morning. Things like that. And even then, the clock doesn't need to be right. it's all relative to its internal consistency. Right, we should start thinking about the kind of materials we want on the walls and such. I'm thinking we go light to try and enhance the sun-dappled nature of coming through the water. Don't think I want stone. Or wood, for that matter. Maybe polished andesite. As a sort of base material. Alright, while we make up our minds, let's make sure we're not dealing with mobs again. That should be heaps. Right, let's go take a nap and see what materials we have handy to us. Definitely want to set it apart from the materials we've used in the village up here, though. I know that much. Actually, let's go take a look at the Skelly farm. What did I do there? That was a different sort of scheme. Now we have a nice easy path to it that we built yesterday. We do still have to be on our guard for the creepers and such. Alright, I did do it in wood, didn't I? It was this part I was interested in. It was just the standard polished stone. No. It feels a little too industrial? We could do the floor in glass as well, actually. We could put glass over lava as the floor. Could be kind of fun. Keep the villagers in perpetual misery. I mean, make sure it's warm enough down there. Clinical was a good word for it. We certainly have enough dye, right? Maybe andesite. Or sandstone. Terracotta. Have I found a place to get terracotta? I don't think I have I? The only terracotta we have came out of that desert temple. Yeah. White terracotta. Laced with a bit of maybe yellow. That does mean I need to bloody find a Oh, what's the name of the biome with the terracotta in it again? Come on, I set up base there last time I was doing the Java. Damn name of it. Speak of a nap, I need to go and continue with just my budget look. Alright, Jason, thanks for popping in. Good luck on your continued efforts to make your body clock appropriate to your new gig. Mesa, thank you. Pretty sure I haven't found a Mesa in this world yet, which feels odd. They're not hard to find, they're enormous. I'm pretty sure if I had found one, I would have made a portal there already, wouldn't I? It's tough to remember where I found shit. So many different Minecraft worlds over the years. For the love of God, stop. Who's slamming the doors? I'm just fed up with the doors. Oh. Have you made your way out of the cow farm? Or are you... No, these guys are still in the cow farm. You're just gathering here for some reason. Why? And once more, how? How did you get up here? You can't get through there because there's a trapdoor there. That's why I put the trapdoor there. You can't jump up through here. They must have jumped down from there. For fuck's sake, I hate villages. I hate them so much. It's just... I now can't get back in my own door. Get out of the way! Concrete's another way to go. In fact, yeah, red and white concrete. I haven't done that in ages. It's always a fun combo. Or... purple and white, actually. Yeah. Where's that powder? Okay, let's decover this garbage. Get rid of that. We'll need the sand. Doop. Boop, 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 doop. Did I not grab the die? Or did I throw the die away? Guess I didn't grab it. Alright. I can do it right here. I'm not going to disturb any torches, right? Actually, let's just go outside and do it. I don't want to wash away any plants and shit down here. I think my cree's going to be too quick in. I'm going to lace it with the purple. That's fine. Again, I want it bright down there to sort of exaggerate the water caustics and dappling and stuff, but it's not going to look tiled if we do it with concrete. Okay, I'm just fed up with slamming down torches when I do that. Just fed up with it. And the Cosmo says, oh, hello there. So glad I'm back home after 2 weeks in New South Wales. Back on my PC in my own bed. Yeah. That own bed feeling is good, isn't it? eating some homemade bacon and egg muffins. Oh, that sounds so good.
Dragons!
Just having a little peaceful
Bet you
moment
don't
there.
even have a bucket of water.
Bet you I do. It's right there. You lose the bet. I'm keeping your money. Thank you very much, Go Kid Ray. $10.24. Ray. Racing the water down. What did you just do? Oh, the Leroy noise? Yeah, that was a $10.24 donation. It's one of the special alerts we put in when we're doing the WoW thing. Keep forgetting to turn it off now that's less relevant, but it's still funny, so I think I might leave it. Thought water's quick to disappear. It was supposed to be. I don't know. They changed it somewhere along the line. And now you can sort of beat it down by a long way. Look at that. Moves so slowly. Actually, I'm not even sure that's moving at all. We might be out of range for it to update at this point. Either way, we need to go to the grave. No, why did you build that far up and put down a block of water? Oh, because I was turning concrete powder into concrete. Because, let me show you. Alright, so you craft concrete powder using sand, gravel, and a dye. And so you make that, which looks like colourful sand. But when you expose it to water, it turns into concrete, which gives you much smoother texture and a richer colour. So when I build a tower like that and then pour water down the side, boop, damn it, that was exactly what I didn't want to do. Wash away those plants. But yeah, it's just an efficient way to turn a whole bunch of concrete powder into concrete all at once. Pouring water down the side, then you just chase it down. Alright, let's go plop yet another gold block on that enormous pillar of generosity over there. Tell you what, I've been real dozy lately too. This whole week I've needed a nap in the afternoon. I'm really hoping I'm going to shake that off before next weekend, so I have good energy levels for PAX. Funny thing is, when I do get dozy like this, it's usually when I get into a little depressive puddle as well. It's one of the symptoms of the depression side of manic depression. You just get kind of tired and dozy. At least I do. But I'm actually feeling in pretty good spirits lately, just sleepy. Might be diet related because I haven't been eating particularly well the last couple of weeks in order to save money for PAX. So the meals have been smaller and a little bit less dense in nutrients and stuff, I suppose, perhaps. Thank you, Skull Kid Ray. sure when I get to PAX and I'm on that convention diet of lots of carbs and sugars and such, I'll be fine. Come back home and crash and worry about it then. Although it just occurred to me, this is the first convention I've been to since I have discovered my taste for coffee. So I'll actually be able to have... Oh my god, I've just realized. If the Twitch partner booth has a barista, I'll be able to partake in the coffee this year. Because last year, the little Twitch partner booth that has, you know, drinks and snacks for special Twitch partners, which is a lifesaver, by the way, just to be able to go and grab a bottle of water or something without having to line up or pay exorbitant prices. This little cup of water from the fountain. What do they call those office fountain things? Are they just called fountains? The water bubbler or something, whatever it is. Just being able to go, yeah, just rehydrate. It's a lifesaver. It's the only reason I stream anymore. I hate streaming. I just want to be able to get into the partner booth at comms so I can drink some water without paying $8 a bottle. But last year was the story I was actually telling. Last year, they had a barista. And it would just make you a coffee. But that was before I found out that I actually can enjoy coffee now. Oh wait, I don't need to go this way. I need to go back down inside. Actually, no, I don't. I still need to make more concrete. What are you doing? Water cooler. That's probably the one I was looking for, right? Yeah. Water coolers. Absolute lifesaver at E3. Because that's even more densely packed than any PAX you'll ever go to. Two dogs back when I spent some time with my granny. Food shared on my porch. Nice. Sounds pleasant. Oh. I really do like this little area we found here. It's got a nice shape to it, doesn't it? When you get up this high. This little peninsula kind of thing. I don't remember how many seeds we went through to find this place, but worth it. What was that? Did I just strike out a bit, or was that a weird little glitch? When I did this, did I set a 4? So the one in the middle? Yeah. There's a few different ways to do it. I don't think any particular way is that much more efficient than the other. In the end, you still got to put down every block and pick up every block, so... I've always just done it in a single column. Just efficiency and and breaking 2. Just thinking whether or not this is worth saving, or should we just enchant a new one when this breaks? I think we'll just enchant a new one when this breaks. See if we get lucky. Is this with the RTXing enabled? No. This is not the RTX shaders, but it is ray tracing. But it is ray tracing done in software. So you it doesn't rely on RTX at all. Doesn't need it, doesn't take advantage of it. This is a shader called PTGI, Path Traced Global Illumination. It's still in development. This is an unfinished test version. It's available to patron subscribers, to the guy who's making it. But it is ray tracing, like RTX is ray tracing, but it's executed differently. Right. I think I'll start with a white floor. And we'll come up white 1 on the side. We'll do a 2 deep purple line around. Do white, do 1 stripe of purple, and then white again at the corners. Could look kind of cool. That's what I'm thinking anyway. My only issue is, what are we going to do about lighting if we do it like that? How do I want to handle lighting? I guess we could use... I don't know. Let's just get the floor down and then think about it. Hola, jammers. Like the idea of underfloor heating with lava? Yeah, I might do like a strip around. Like do the entire floor on white and then carve out 1 strip sort of 2 deep in and do that with lava or glowstone or something. Let's get the base layer in first and see how I feel about the kind of size we're dealing with. To be honest, the PTGI shader is looking my favorite shader. Oh yeah. Easily my favorite. I mean, Sonic Ether's shaders have always been my favorite. Like when I've run shaders, the one I settle on is always Sonic Ether's eventually. There we go, concrete. Like the last time we ran a Java World, I don't think I ran shaders all the time when we streamed that, but a lot of the time we did. And it was Sonic Ether's shaders, the same guy who makes this one. His shaders have always been some of the most popular in the communities. You didn't put down the scaff? Yeah, I've got the scaffolding from the graveyard still. Just have to remember to put that back. Aside from the fun stuff that comes with ray tracing of light behaving like light should behave, even when it's, you know, off screen and stuff like that, and the way the water shines through it and all that sort of stuff, just the general shape, shadow, texture of the color of the light and everything, it's just a really nice shader, even if you ignore all the cool stuff that happens when you path trace. few glitches in it though. Again, it's unfinished. But it's nothing that actually bothers me too much. It's pretty intense when you put down a big block like that, isn't it? It's alright. We're not going to see much of the floor when we're done. It'll be covered up by various booths and things, so we'll stick with it for now. Do the torches reflect off the grass? They sure do. All those little lights up there reflect off the glass. And that's something that wouldn't happen with a regular shader, because regular shaders can only shade what's in screen space. So if I had some glass next to this, it would reflect just fine. But as soon as I tilt up and all the torches are out of my field of view, all these reflections would disappear. For example. And when you're standing next to a vertical piece of glass, like a window, it correctly reflects the environment behind you. It doesn't fake it with sort of vague texture maps and things like that. It actually reflects the physical world behind you. I just realized I've only got like 3.5 days before I get on a plane to go down to Melbourne for PAX. I've got a lot to get done in those 3 days. Sat down last night and put together a plan for the videos I want to make. How much I stick to that plan is up for debate, but I do have a plan. Oddly enough, it's actually more videos than I would normally produce if I was doing a sponsored trip. Because they would usually be sort of 1 video a day, maybe a few social media posts. But my plan, the way it's unfolding, is I'll be filming content for 3 to 4 videos each day. But again, there's the plan, and then there's what happens when the plan meets the enemy. The enemy is time and focus. So, if we leave a path through the middle there, come out 1, 2, 3, 4, call it 5. Yeah, if we put a couple of villager pods going up the middle, maybe? And make each one to be 3 deep, so we'll have bed at the back, workstation there, villager there, fence a lot up to keep them in there. We'll do that. I might have to make this longer. Not quite enough room as I thought I did. Let's kind of block this out and see how we look. One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we've got room for 8 pods if we do it like that. That doesn't seem like much, does it? Maybe enough though. 1 or 2 villagers, farmer, cleric, leather worker. Probably don't need a cartographer. Probably don't need a arrow guy. Maybe 4's enough. If we need more, I guess we could poke some holes in the wall and push back. Make some pods in the walls. Right, so if we're going to do like that, maybe we bring these back one. Give us a little more room at the center. How are going to keep the villages in? Probably with glass. Probably wall them into glass. They're not going to sit on top of the sand here. I'm just using the sand to sort of block out the general layout here and see how I feel about it. So yes, that gives us space to walk back there. Nice little corridor down the middle. You know, trade. Put a bunch of chests and whatnot on the back of the wall, or maybe at the front here, on either side there. Stuff to trade, stuff that's been traded, maybe, do like that. Yeah, we'll start with this, I think. Alright. Just throw in a few torches here. Just for paranoia's sake. Now, let's think about how we want to design these pods exactly. Probably need to dig up first. Before we do that, that leaves us... Yeah, so if we go... dig a little trench like that. Go all the way around the room with lava for lighting. And maybe hang a torch or lantern off the front of each trading station to light up the middle here. That could look kind of natural as well. Yeah. Alternatively, you could put the lava at surface level and shine it through steel or iron grates. Trapdoors, I mean. That gives a little bit of light and dimension because the trapdoors will sit proud. Yeah, I might try that. Right, so let's just... lava down. I'm probably not going to see any of this. I'm not going to bother replacing any of that. And we'll turn a corner there near the entrance, so it kind of leads out. Yeah, alright. Let's go degub, get some lava buckets, some iron trapdoors. We'll see how it looks. Oh, but first I'm about due for a break, so let's degub. I'll take a break, then we'll get on with that. Will I take the lava at the middle also? I don't know. It's a possibility. I don't want to overdo it, but yeah, we'll see. You don't belong there. You don't belong anywhere. We don't need to be carrying all around that. Save a few blocks. Glass can go for the moment. Not that box, this box. I think we're done with those for the moment. Definitely don't need so much sand. Don't need any andesite. let's go put the scaffolding back before I do anything else, because I know I'll forget otherwise. What am I going to make the smithing table and the fletching table usable? Yeah, don't know. Don't know if they've said anything about that. You'd hope it would be coming in 1.15, but I rather suspect it won't be until 1.16. Because that's 1.16 is when they're planning to bring Java and Bedrock into full parity. Matching version numbers, matching feature sets, the whole thing. That's what they said at Minecon anyway. 1.16 was going to be sort of the ultimate parity. Not parody, parity. Between the two versions. They've been moving closer and closer for a while, but still gaps. It'll be interesting to see what happens to Redstone under that plan. Because Redstone is one of the biggest differences between Bedrock and Java. They say Bedrock has the redstone that works like it's supposed to work. Java just, they rely on too many, like, redstone builders rely on unintended features and bugs, and they're too scared to get rid of them because their user base will revolt. Hey, Weasel. Alright, I am going to take a quick break we talked about. Make a fresh coffee, have a stretch. When we come back, I think we need to go collect some lava, because I don't think I have any lava left for the next part of the plan. BRB in a moment, though.